Hey guys, in today's episode we're going to go over something from the Now Legends novel, Dark Lord: The Rise of Darth Vader. It's a scene where Vader is sent back to the Jedi Temple after Revenge of the Sith to search for the remaining holocrons and Sith lore residing in the bottom of the temple. Now, while I've covered that video in the past, there are pieces from it that I haven't. While he walks through the empty temple, seeing the bloodstains marking the floors from the purge, he comes to a stop in a room and takes the hologram interaction with Palpatine. Once his master fades away and ends transmission, Vader stays there, hanging his head low, thinking about what has become of his life, how it all came down to this, and how it felt wrong. Here's the scene from the novel. To the galaxy at large, Jedi Knight Anakin Skywalker, poster boy for the war effort, the hero with no fear, the chosen one, had died on Coruscant during the siege of the Jedi Temple. And to some extent, that was true. Anakin is dead, Vader told himself, and yet, if not for the events on Mustafar, Anakin would sit now on the Coruscant throne, his wife by his side, their children in his arms. Instead, Palpatine's plan could not have been more flawlessly executed. He had won it all: the war, the Republic, the fealty of one Jedi Knight in whom the entire Jedi Order had placed its hope. The revenge of the self-exiled Sith had been complete, and Darth Vader was merely a minion, an errand boy, allegedly an apprentice, the public face of the dark side of the Force. While he retained his knowledge of the Jedi arts, he felt uncertain about his place in the Force, and while he had taken his first steps toward awakening the power of the dark side, he felt uncertain about his ability to sustain that power. How far he might have been now had fate not intervened to strip him of almost everything he possessed as a means of remaking him, or of humbling him, as Darth Maul and Tyrannus had been humbled before him, as indeed the Jedi Order itself had been humbled. Where Darth Sidious had gained everything, Vader had lost everything, including, for the moment at least, the self-confidence and unbridled skill he had demonstrated as Anakin Skywalker. Vader turned and moved for the hatch. But this is not walking, he thought. I always figured Vader was ready to move on, and it may be that way with the new canon Darth Vader that we're getting, so it's interesting to see how he actually gave himself a fan fiction scenario of what if Anakin never went to Mustafar. Thanks, Vader. I'll probably cover that in the future. What I find curious about this, and you guys can chime in too, is how he envisions himself on a throne on Coruscant. Let me know right now in the comments, what do you think this throne is? Why would he be on a throne on Coruscant? I could see that maybe on Naboo, given Padme's royal status on the planet, or perhaps he means the Coruscant throne as in the leader of the Jedi, just as he was the poster boy for the Clone Wars.
Besides, someone needs to be the poster boy.
And the fact that he sees all the manipulation Palpatine has done to him and the uncertainty it caused him with the Force shows us just the level of depression that Vader had to have stayed loyal to him. He really had no one else and knew that with his limited power compared to how far he might have been had it not been for fate, as he calls it, there was no way he could beat Sidious. Not now. So therefore, he stayed loyal. Sidious was all that he had left, and it trapped him in a cycle of the dark side until just before his death.
You were right. You were right about me.
So do you think Vader wanted to turn back to the light? Or was it too late for him until Return of the Jedi, that is? Leave your answers below, and I'll see you all in the next episode of Star Wars Theory. Thanks again, my fellow Jedi and Sith friends. Until then, remember,
the Force will be with you. Always.
Now, fulfill your destiny.
The dark side of the Force surrounds the Chancellor.
There is a massive shift in the Force. We all feel it.